afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please do join us. I might be doing about an hour, maybe between 5 and 6 o'clock on here. Um, please join me around about 9 o'clock this evening. I'll be on All Faith TV talking about Constitution. That is for specifically for Nigeria, but this is a bigger topic. And it says on here, kick the colonials and their bases out of Africa. I think it's self-explanatory. Kick the colonials and their bases out of Africa. The reason why we're saying that is because if you look at what the bases, if you look at the bases of, sorry about this. Oh, sorry, I was just a bit, yeah. If you look at the bases, if you look at what has been happening on the African continent, I'll get this mic sorted out. Give me a minute. So we are saying basically, following on from yesterday, Nigeria has now come out and said, no, we want nothing to do it. We have not made any decisions about bases. The Nigerian government have said, they released a statement yesterday. The Nigerian government released a statement. Let me read you the statement because I like to be factual at all times when I talk about things. 1 second. Let me see. Give me a minute, please. So, oh, sorry about that. We're gonna shut that down. That's not what we're looking for. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Those of you on TikTok, please do subscribe and share, and follow us on YouTube as well. Please subscribe and share. Where are we now? Give me a minute. Just trying to find something. I will surely get it. Just 1 second. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it now. We got it. So, yeah, we're there now. So, those of you on YouTube, welcome on board. Those of you on TikTok, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. The Nigerian government have made a statement saying that they have not made any agreement with France or US to accept the basis. In a way, that's probably a good thing that they made that statement. Not probably, that's a good thing they made that statement. So before I go ahead too far, let me read the entire statement. Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Today is Ojo Orunmila Ifa in the Yoruba calendar. You will hear me say that over and over. Today being the 7th of May in the Gregorian calendar, but it's Ojo Orunmila Ifa in Yoruba language. I believe that we must begin to really make sure that our language, our culture, our calendars, they are of importance to us. They are part of who we are as Africans, and we must embrace that. So you will see me talk about the Ojo Orunmila Ifa, which is the second day of the 4-day week Yoruba calendar. We need to really put African spirituality, everything African. We have to be proud about it. We have to be proud of it. We must celebrate it. We must remember our ancestors. And all of this is part of what we need to really keep this momentum going. You can see the picture on the broadcast there. You see Ibrahim Traore of Senegal. You have General Chiani of Niger. You have Assim Goita of Mali, and finally you have the President Faye of Senegal. Africa is rising, but we need to continue. And as you can see, the headline speaks for itself. Kick the colonials and their bases out of Africa. Because of what the colonials have been doing all over Africa, I think it is time for us to actually, as Africans, kick these people out. If they mean no good to Africans on the African continent. It is evident that when they said, everywhere they say they are keeping peace, they are actually destroying those communities, their activities, their covert activities. And get this, when they set up bases in a nation on the African continent, any surveillance that they get, do you know that they keep it to themselves? They don't share it with those nations. They don't share the surveillance that they do. They don't share it with those nations. And that is cruel. That is just I mean, I am beyond words. I am beyond words about this. And what I'm trying to really say is this: we need to stand up for ourselves as Africans, and the four men I mentioned from those countries, they are showing us the way to free ourselves. Yes, of course, they all have memorandum of understanding with Russia and with China. I'm going to say that now. They do, and we have to be free to as sovereign nations, we have to be free to ally with whoever we want. The US and the French and the other colonials have been dictating to us who to associate with. That is not acceptable. We need to say a loud no to it. A loud no. Now, big up Gaddafi. Yes, big up Gaddafi. Absolutely. Let me pin that up. Let me pin that up. Yes. So yes. So Africa is rising. The revolution is happening. In fact a revelation. So we need to begin to speak up as Africans. We do not want. There is no point in having people who, under the guise of helping us militarily or setting up bases or whatever, and then they carry out surveillance on the nation, and then they keep that information away from the government that allowed them to come into that country. I mean, what's going on? Africans, wake up. This is what we're talking about. Africans, it is time to wake up. I mean, it is sickening that they even have that happening. I'm going to see if I can play a section of what, of that, if I can access it. I might try and do that. But it is time for us to really say this. We do not want anybody whose gold. Of course, I mean, they loot our gold, they loot African gold, they loot everything from Africa. They loot diamond, gold, lithium, copper, bauxite, oil, you name it. It's uranium, I mean, all of it is looted out of Africa. And that is the problem. That's the thing. So it is time that we begin to really speak up. So let me read to you the statement. I'm going to show you on the screen. Those of you who are on the, let me see. Yes, you can see that. Let me see. I want to try to make sure you can see it before I go too far ahead. Okay. I want to make sure you can see it. That's what I'm trying to. So, before I go too far ahead, I'm going to read the statement by the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government, as soon as there was the news, this came about from the northern part of Nigeria. They said they had some information that the Nigerian government had entered into some kind of agreement to allow France and US to have their bases on the Nigerian soil. So the northern movement decided to go to the press straight away. Exactly, to pay rent, they will not cooperate to build our capacity. Thank you very much. Exactly. Isayasu. Yes, thank you very much. So these are what we're saying. So anyway, the northern leaders said, "Oh, we believe that the Nigerian government is about to enter into an agreement with the US and France to have their bases and their personnel in Nigeria." And of course, as many of us know, there's a lot of insecurity. The last thing we need is to have the US and France going around there doing surveillance and keeping it from the government, making the situation worse. So a lot of people rebelled against it. So let me read to you the statement by the Nigerian government, and it reads: press statement. Federal government not considering any foreign military base. That's the heading. The federal government is aware of false alarms being raised in some quarters alleging discussions between the federal government of Nigeria and some foreign countries on the siting of foreign military bases in the country. We urge the general public to totally disregard this falsehood. The federal government is not in any such discussion with any foreign country. We have neither received nor are we considering any proposal from any country to establish the establishment of any foreign military bases in Nigeria. The Nigerian government already enjoys foreign cooperation in tackling ongoing security challenges, and the president remains committed to deepening these partnerships with the goal of achieving the national security objectives of the Renewed Hope Agenda. Mohammed Idris, Minister of Information and National Orientation, 6th of May 2024. So I wanted to read that out because I made some inquiries, and the information I got back was that press statement. Now, it is good to hear that the government was not considering it, and the fact that there's a lot of noise now, not just in Nigeria alone. This is something that is going across the whole of Africa. We are cognizant that the US, having been kicked out of Niger, France, having been kicked out of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, are looking for a way to still keep their claws in Africa. And it is good. I understand that. Sly 007, I know. They will do anything for money. So, and that's why we make enough noise. And I say it, every community should, even now, we should still make sure we tell them we do not want any US or French bases in Nigeria. We should say it. Even though the government have confirmed it, we should still say it and reiterate so that we make sure that they do not go and do this thing. Sometimes it doesn't suddenly come up on the radar again. So we need to do that. So Sly 007, of course, I do not belittle what you're saying 1 second. It is very, 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 very important. Now, I read that statement out to make sure that, one, the Nigerian government or whoever else might be watching this will see that there is honesty in what we're saying. We are talking about what they've done. They have made a decision not to entertain any such idea of having a base, a US or French base in Nigeria. Don't forget, Nigeria being the most populous nation in the continent. That has ramifications where the base allowed to even be settled there. And before, I heard before that many years ago, under the presidency of President Olusegun Obasanjo, that they had tried to even do the same thing. They were trying to station the AFRICOM in Nigeria. And a lot of people came up and we said, no, we do not want it. Thankfully, that was the case. We must continue in the same vein and make sure that no US base, no French base, in fact, no colonial base stays on in our sovereign nations. No way. Anybody that's going to come in and do anything they'll be working with us. They are not going to have any base anywhere. We will be in control of what is happening. And that is very, very important because that is how we establish and exercise our sovereignty. Having a base in there means that they now have a place upon which they can now start doing all manner of surveillance that they will keep even the country that allowed them to come in from actually, having that information. And already you can see, yes, I know, Queen Sewa, it's not the case. That's what they're trying to do. But a lot of people have rejected it. I may play you something. I'm probably going to play a video. I think I need to play a video at this point to make sure that people understand and we can maybe, clarify that. Yes, you had that. Let me pin that. So, and this is a very important point to make sure that we do not allow that. We mustn't allow them to come and actually do anything. Good evening, Eromose. Good evening to you, my brother. So, the point I'm making is this. The Nigerian government have had to put out a statement categorically saying they are not in any agreement or discussions with France or US about having bases in Nigeria. And that is good because we needed to get a clear confirmation one way or the other. And it is a way now we are all aware. I say those of us in Nigeria, even though the government has said that, we should make sure our communities are aware that the US has already tried, France has already tried to actually to move the bases from Niger into Nigeria. It is not something that we want. Somebody wants to, let me see, who's the guest here? Eremose. I'll let Eremose say a few words. I think he wants to, yeah, go ahead, Eremose. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
If
Yes. Niger. Yes. Niger Republic. Yes. That is less than Lagos. Yes. Kick them out. We want to take them in. No way. You don't understand. Nigeria is about to celebrate. Someone have his peggy in my house. Yes. That I can't even visit. Yeah. Does that make sense? No. No. Doesn't. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. There's a parable in Africa that says the day Nigeria wake up, that's the day the rest of Africa wake up. Yep. Absolutely. Now we're about to go into deeper slumber. Yes. And people want to celebrate that. Indeed. Indeed. I don't understand. No. 64 years as independent nation, we never have a foreign threat. Yeah, exactly. A foreign nation coming. Foreign base on our soil. Yes. Now we want to have it. Does that even make sense? No. No way. When even our little neighbors are kicking them out. Exactly. Exactly. Nigeria, in realistic manner, Nigeria should be having business around Africa because we are the giant of Africa. That's correct. That's correct. Okay? Yes. I agree with that assessment. And that was the case up until liberation of Liberia. When we went to Sierra Leone, Liberia, we were sending ECOMOG, all of that. But suddenly, there was a realization that Nigeria was becoming a regional power. So they decided to sort of weaken that power somewhat. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, go ahead. I was just about to say that, Ah! It's like you're reading my mind. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Welcome, Queen Sarah. Yeah, I live in the UK and I'm from Jamaica, but yes. Most of us were Nigerian, the slave trade, that's it. That happened. Yeah? Yes. And I've done my ancestral DNA and it takes me 75% to Nigeria. Wow. Okay? Wow. You're Nigerian. Well, you're home. Yes. Yes. So 99.9% of my friends are Nigerian. And today I was speaking to my other Nigerian friend and I said, yes. He said to me, sister, yeah. When you send that video about the supermarket, I told you it's not gonna last for 1 week. Yeah. And they said no, Nigeria. I said I know because Nigerian and Jamaican. They said that would never happen in Jamaica. Nah. And we just less than 3 billion. Yeah. So today when we're talking about this US base, yes. I said this Nigerian, no, they would never allow that to happen. Yes. And the reason why they sabotage, I don't know who in Nigeria allow the West to trick them. Yeah. Because Nigeria was so powerful one time. That's it. Nigerian was sending money to family in the UK and America. There you go. Because their currency was so good. That's it. Because you know what they said? I saw a video. So true. They said they cannot allow Nigeria to be so powerful. You know why? Because Nigeria will help out the other neighboring countries. That's it. So those neighboring countries wouldn't take money from the IMF. But that they said, so shall it be in the beginning, it's gonna come back again. Yes. When Nigeria. Listen, there's no way foreign base can be Nigeria. No way. That would never happen. No way. No way. No way. People, the youth are no way. Because you know what? With social media, people are waking up. Exactly. In the days, yeah. You have to rely and receive newspaper. No. Listening to the newspaper. No. Look at you and I right now. We've never met and yet we are here communicating. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, people are not stupid. That would never happen. No. Never ever. And you know what? Yeah. Nigeria need to help Ghana to kick out the military base in Ghana. Yes. Because you know what they do? When these military Musevens exposed the other day, yeah. They said Musevens said they have something called SOFA, SAFA, which means when they set up base, yes. You cannot go on. The government cannot go and examine the base. There you go. They cannot go here. You can't search them when they're leaving. You see? You can't search them when they're coming in. You see? And I saw another video. You know what they use the base to do? Yeah. And this is what African people need to think about. Yes. They use those bases to make disease to analyze Africans. There you go. That is why when disease break out in Africa, the government are unable to trace where it came from. Yes, that's what they do. Wow. I guarantee they're planning another one again. Yes. That is why they want all these bases, and that is why you can't search when they're going out, and you can't search when they're coming in. Nah. Well, this is crazy. So honestly, thank you for that information, Kwisawa. I'm really glad that we communicated. Let me see. I think I'm following you already. If not, let me. Yeah, we are following each other. Good, fantastic. It is very important that we share information like this because the information about Museveni, what you said now about the SOFA FSC that you talked about,
Yes,
we need to be
yes,
aware of it. You know.
yes. And he said, even if when they went to, they said they came to him, and when they sat down, he said to them, no, no, no. That's why he said no military base. When he said they came to him and they said, oh, we want to help you develop your army,
Nah.
he said to them, no, we are okay. We don't need that. And they turned to him and he said he want to hear what they're gonna offer. And we said when he heard what they said, he said no, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, secondly,
Mm-hmm.
the other thing what we have, and I'm sure a lot of us know,
Yeah.
any black leaders that the white man love,
Yeah.
you know he's an enemy to his people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And any black leader you hear the white man hate, you know he's good for his people. That
Wow.
guy Bobby Wine,
Yes.
in Uganda,
Yes.
America, he love him and the West, and he's a threat. That's what because
Mm.
there's something they want from Museveni and he won't
Mm.
give them, so they
Mm.
want to put
They want to
Bobby
put.
Wine there. So, yes,
Ah. Okay.
yes,
Okay. I can.
yes,
Okay. I see what you mean. I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna have to study. I have to study that area quite well because
yes.
you're touching on very important points here.
Because I love him. If
Yeah.
I want, I believe him before, but with this information, I have to do some.
That's correct.
Yes,
That's it. This is
yes,
what we need to do. We need to check things. Yeah.
yes. We must not be a lazy thinker. We must always think
Mm.
because when you see the West pushing somebody in Africa to
Mm.
take over, come on, my
Mm.
people, because there is something they want there.
That's it.
Museven won't give it to them,
That's it.
so they push in Bobby. Because I did like Bobby Wine, but
Yeah.
the other day when I heard this man said what I am telling you, I started thinking,
Thinking.
and I said, okay. And then I listened to Museven video when he said they come in, they want to put base, and he said no, and there are other stuff, and I said, oh, I think in Uganda they're building a what you call it in the sky? What do you call it? Satellites.
Satellites. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
Mm.
so he is somebody that they can. It's just like with the cars when they want to assemble there. He
Yeah.
said Japan, and he told them no, no, they're making their own vehicle. Japan want to come, and he said no, 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 go, go, go. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's something they want from him, and he won't give
Mm-hmm.
them. So they're pushing that boy to take over.
Yeah.
Now I see that he's a threat. So let him stay there.
Yes. 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 He better stay there. Yes. Yes.
Nigeria will never allow
No.
military base.
No.
Otherwise, they will get Wahala.
That's it. See, exactly, my sister. Wahala. A whole lot of wahala.
What they call it, wati.
Water, water. We don't want any water, water. I be no be so enormous, my brother.
Exactly. We don't want those water. Those yakini.
No.
And when Nigerian rise up, come on, they backing down. They
That's
know it's
it.
blood.
Yes. Yes. Very, very true.
See,
Yeah. Go ahead.
listen,
Yeah.
I have little things to throw to it aside of this.
Okay.
We all remember last year there was revolution going on from 2022
Yeah.
or 2021.
Yeah.
When the Jack kicked that elected puppet out,
Yeah.
then the military took over. When
Yes.
France saw that revolution was taking place in Africa, you know what they do?
Yeah.
They stage coup in Congo,
Yeah.
in Gabon, because
Yeah.
no true revolution would have entered there.
Mm-hmm.
They used Nguema
Mm-hmm.
to remove his uncle
Mm-hmm.
because they knew that real coup is going to come.
Exactly.
Did you ever heard about that coup again?
No. No.
No, there was no sanction to France or
No.
Kingdom. They put another coup because they
Exactly.
don't